Remember when airbags first came out? They just had one for the driver. My family!
Hi everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on Patreon, which is only $5 a month and you get an extra video every week. That one's gonna be interesting. Oh, immediately.
This is gonna cost me.
Today I'm going to be reacting to Bill Burr, and the video is called Robots and Sex Dolls.
I'm afraid of robots. Yeah, I saw one get interviewed on 60 Minutes, the top journalistic program in the United States. And he's just sitting there getting interviewed, not nervous at all, just rattling off all the answers, you know? Not smoking, not leaking oil, whatever you would do as a nervous robot, right? And the reporter's asking him questions, and in the end he goes, so tell us, he's like, what are your goals? And I am alone in a hotel room, and I literally lean towards the TV. I'm like, these things have goals?
Those eyebrows.
And the robot just answers. He just goes, he goes, well, what are your goals? And the robot goes, to become smarter than human beings. Yeah. And the reporter just blows by it. He's like, okay, and what's your favorite color?
Maybe smarter than
Meanwhile, I'm standing on my bed yelling at the TV like, dude, unplug that thing! Take the batteries out! Pull the wires out! Do something! How many sci-fi movies do you have to see before you realize where this is going? So anyways, every smart person, every super smart person in the world is saying these things are gonna kill us. Even your boy here, the guy he recently died, what was his name? He was always sitting down. Stephen Hawking, yeah. Too good to stand up and make his point, just sitting down all farming. Oh my gosh! Oh, I care so much. I poured ice on myself. And I showed off my abs at the same time for the gram. No, I'm just with you. I'm so glad that guy's dead, though. Yeah. Look at you guys. You're hot. How much longer do you want him to suffer? You don't believe in an afterlife? Maybe he's up there now, his legs work, he's getting an angelic blowjob. How much longer do you want him to sit there so you can feel better about yourself? Well, at least I'm not all twisted up saying smart shit, right?
Twisted up saying...
I couldn't stand that guy. He was so negative, he never had anything positive to say. Hey, Steve, what do you got for us today? In 2035, there'll be no more apples. Thank you, Steve. Thanks a lot. Wasn't thinking about that, now I am. Hey, so what's the solution? It's too late. We needed to try 40 years ago. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm gonna go cry with my child now. Dude, I can hang out with that guy for about 3 minutes before I took the brake off his chair and just slammed him into the other room.
Oh my God.
When you got something dumb and positive to say.
Dumb and
Well, listen, I agreed with all of these super smart people thinking that these fucking robots were gonna kill us, right? I agreed with all of that until a couple of years ago, I was in New York and I was looking through a newspaper, right? And I have a whole new theory. But in order for me to tell you my theory, I have to quickly take you back to the deep, dark, sordid history of the blow-up doll. All right? I know there's a lot of millennials here, young people. You probably don't even know what one of these is.
The twist of somehow talking about Stephen Hawking really shocked me. I mean, he said, the guy who just sits down all the time says a bunch of smart stuff. I literally had no idea who he was talking about for at least a second or two. You can go back and rewind my face of just being like, who? And then I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, the disrespect. And then he goes and goes and goes. And I actually really like him being disrespectful because he has no just remorse. He doesn't really have a lot of limitations, and I do appreciate that about comedy because there's not really those sensitive subjects or people that you just shouldn't disrespect out there. It seems like he'll say what he wants to say, and he used those links to talk about something that you wouldn't even necessarily jump on a boat and say, I agree with you. It's something kind of shocking. I don't think that a lot of people would imagine, how could you hate Stephen Hawking? But he gives you a reason. Somebody who's so negative and I guess smart and right all the time probably gets sick of being around them. I mean, it's really negative. Like, okay, thanks, I'm gonna go cry and not be able to solve any of these problems that you just said that we have with no solution. So I think that it was a really funny twist and way to look at Stephen Hawking.
I have to quickly take you back to the deep, dark, sordid history of the blow-up doll. All right? I know there's a lot of millennials here, young people. You probably don't even know what one of these is. All right? With your fucking I don't know what you guys do. Your virtual reality glasses, you know, free porn flying by you, grabbing titties. Whatever it is. Back in the day, this was the deal. If you were a person and you wanted to have sex with somebody else, but like nobody else wanted to have sex with you, and you know, you weren't strong enough to hold anybody down. I mean, you had to go, this is how it was. You had to go out and you had to get a blow-up doll. And you had to go out and get it. You had to go out and get it, right? You couldn't just order it off of an Amazon and some delivery guy shows up. He doesn't know what's in the box. You're standing there like Tom Hanks. Hey, how you doing? Great to see you.
Tom Hanks?
I'm gonna that. You have no idea what it is. Now, dude, you had to go down and you had to get this thing.
Rough.
You had to find a porn store. You had to work it out that was far enough away from your house that no one's gonna recognize your car. You drive down like 11 in the morning. Who the is gonna be there then, right? You park in the back on like a Tuesday, just sitting there in the car, psyching yourself up. Like, okay, I'm not hurting anybody. It's just an urge. Just get in there, okay? Hand in the money. Just get in there and get it done. You yank your hat down. You walk in with all your courage, and then you get in there and be too many other perverts in there, and you get all psyched out. So what you do is you just grab a bunch of videotapes, and you walked up to the counter. You had to make it look like it was an impulse buy, right? And you're walking up, and everything, all the creepy shit was behind the counter, right? Just fucking heads and feet, just an ass, body parts, serial killer buffet. What fucking world am I entering?
So
Somebody's neck, Jesus Christ, right? And you set it down. Just make it look real subtle. Okay, buddy, is that gonna be all? Maybe that thing down the end with the surprised look on its face. Maybe I'd like to take a shot at that. I don't know. The guy wraps it up, and then you finally get it. You give him the money. You out to the car. You have this whole weird emotion. You're like excited, and you hated yourself. Thank God I finally did it. What the is wrong with me? Just drive off. You go back to your little apartment, and you had to blow it up quietly, so none of your neighbors heard. Just like. Then you got excited, start going a little faster. And just watching this thing slowly come into life, just like. Right? And then you wrap those rubber legs around you.
his face is gold. I can't believe he acted out being a blow-up doll, being blown up. Oh my gosh, he's so good. I would naturally think if I even heard somebody doing that in their skits, like, wait, what are you gonna do? You're gonna reenact a blow-up doll being blown up. Okay, I mean, I guess it sounds funny or creative, but he does it, and it's just like out of nowhere, and then he has the hole in his mouth. Really hilarious. Also, the main part, how he played out this like guilt and goal setting and embarrassment, but you have to get it done because you're determined. Lots of feelings, and then you're sitting in a car. I mean, I know nothing about that. I completely forget that people have all these different lives, and he totally did this. Look at him giving all these details. He's done this. He's experienced this. So it's funny to think that, oh yeah, you can't just order things off of Amazon. Like, I feel kind of spoiled now. You can just order anything off of there. But no, you really did have to go and like face somebody and give them eye contact and be like, I want this. So I don't know what that's like, and I felt like he described it in such a way that I was able to imagine it. And I think that that's probably the goal, since I also laughed extremely hard along the way.
Right? And then you wrap those rubber legs around you. Yeah! And God forbid you got caught. Your roommate comes walking in, he's fucking a blow-up doll! Dude, your life was over. You had like 6 minutes to get your mom on the phone, like, Mom, I love you, and you're never gonna see me again. Don't believe what people said about me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Alaska. Oh, God, click. That was it. You moved to Alaska. That was, no one ever saw you again. And that's why to this day, if you go to Alaska, there's like 8 men for every 2 women. Yeah, because that state is littered with men who got caught fucking shit they shouldn't have been fucking. So now, fast forward to about 2016, I'm in New York City, right? And I'm looking through the newspaper or whatever, and I come across an article, and it's on this robot that for $10,000 you buy this thing, you can have sex with it, right? Now notice, 5 minutes ago, I brought up a blow-up doll. Didn't even have a joke, just said blow up doll, and you all laughed. A blow up doll. Who would do such a stupid thing, right? That's weird. 5 minutes later, I say a robot that you can have sex with, dead silence in here. As if collectively you were all just like, well, what does it look like? I'm not gonna lie to you. It still looks like a dead body, but it looks way better than that blow-up doll from 30 years ago. And that's what scares me, because everything gets better, right? You look at when cars first came out, the stupid horn, you had a crank started, you'd run over your best friend. Now you can start one up with a remote control from like 50 yards away, right? Remember when airbags first came out? They just had one for the driver. My family!
Yes! Oh my gosh! Such obvious things that he's able to make a joke about that I've never heard before. That's crazy to think. Somebody was like, oh yeah, and then there's this new safety feature. It's called an airbag, so it protects you whenever you hit something. It's like, okay, so we're gonna put it... No, budgeting. Not every seat. Probably just the driver. It's fine. Like, who? Who does that? No one thinks, even if most people drive alone, somebody made the determining factor of like, no, just one. Just only one. And that's crazy that he's able to point out that that's hilarious before I've ever heard that joke before. And it's a great point. I think that it's kind of maybe even unfortunate for people who have lived through shame or discrimination for like their blow-up doll thing, and how robots somehow are like taking a little bit more seriously, but it does the same thing. And if anything, maybe some people can even look at that as super creepy, because this thing clearly will have what you can call intelligence that a blow-up doll didn't. So it is very different, and I feel progressed a lot in only a matter of 30 years. I mean, if somebody can be alive and have this experience and have this experience, and they're totally different through one lifetime, that's really quick. So I found a lot of his points really fascinating, and I felt like it was extremely funny, and I also kind of learned something. So I really like Bill Burr for that reason. That's going to be it for today, though. Make sure you like and subscribe. Again, my Twitch channel is down below, along with my Patreon, only $5. And I'll see you guys next time.